Scarnoncunce! Halo Combat Evolved. What can I say about this game that hasn't already been said? Halo CE is, at least to myself, one of those games that is so legendary, so memorable, that there is more than a good chance I will never find any game as impactful ever again in my life. Get ready to feel old, cunts, because today, Halo Combat Evolved, as well as the first Xbox, are now 20 years old. Let's wind back to 2002. On a sunny day like any other in beautiful Queensland, Australia, a young Scarnoncunce, just 7 years of age, peers through the living room window out into the driveway. What does this young man see? His father, with a big green and black box in hand, an unmistakable Xbox logo on the front. A memory I love to bring up with me old man all these years later. Not long before that day, I played Halo Combat Evolved for the first time ever at me brother's apartment. Let's put things into perspective. Before this, my foray into gaming had mainly been the Sega Mega Drive, weird educational games on the computer, and destroying me older brother's saves in SimCity. Yeah, sorry about that, Jay. When me brother handed me the big fuck-off Xbox controller yeah! and thrust me straight into the pillar of autumn, I was stunned. To go from the games I was playing to this felt like such a generational leap that I truly doubt will ever be topped, at least for me. Crisp, smooth gameplay, great controls, great audio for the time, an amazing soundtrack that still holds up to this day, Sergeant fucking Johnson,
damn right I am,
and so much more. I was instantly hooked. I remember right as I stepped foot on Halo, me olds came over and said something like,
"Righto, time to go home, Scarn. Come on, son."
I'll be honest, I don't know what happened next, but it probably involved a fair amount of salty tears from young Scarnie. So when the day came that me old man brought home a big black Xbox and Halo CE, you can just imagine my elation. What follows is an unforgettable experience of destroying aliens, learning the characters and lore, rockets only on Hang 'em High, soaking in that beautiful soundtrack, and then everything going to shit when a new, much more dangerous enemy appears. Moments like the flood reveal in that wonderfully dreadful mission are so rarely pulled off in video games. The whole level just filled you with such fear and dread that I honestly don't know how I had the guts to complete it as a 7-year-old. Well, actually, shout out to me older sister for most likely being player 2 for that one. We don't talk about the library, I'm afraid. Memories like this are just an example of the impact that this game has had on me. For me, there will never be another game like Halo Combat Evolved in my life. Sure, there have been plenty of games since that are newer, look better, sound better, and are just better in general. But do I look back on Bad Company 2 as fondly as I do Halo Combat Evolved? Yeah. Nah. Forgive me for maybe getting a little cringy here, but I'd like to mention a part of the soundtrack that has honestly made me tear up a few times when listening to it in recent years. That track is Ambient Wonder, and it sounds like this. When I hear this track, this 26-year-old man is instantly reminded of the imagination of a 7-year-old boy and how amazed he was by this game. Fast forward almost 20 years later, and I have my own car, I can pick up KFC whenever I feel like it, I work full time and deal with the horror of being an adult. But this track brings me some peace and makes me smile every time I give it a listen. No other piece of music hits me in the feels quite as hard as this one. The whole soundtrack is great, but something about Ambient Wonder really gets to me. To Marty O'Donnell and everybody involved with Halo Combat Evolved, I thank you from the bottom of my cold heart that warms up every time I listen to this. Thank you. I would love to hear your stories about Halo, or any other game that has had this sort of personal impact on you, in the comments. Well, I hope you cunts enjoyed this little love letter to me #1 game of all time. Fuck me, 20 years. If this cunt was a seppo, they could almost legally fucking drink. We all know how big Halo has gotten, as well as how far it's fallen. But for everything good, bad, and in between, I'm just very grateful to have experienced the first Halo all those years ago, before I even knew what the fucking internet was. Thank you, Halo Combat Evolved, you beautiful fucking bastard. Speaking of beautiful fucking bastards, thank you for sticking with me till the end and listening to this cunt talk about fucking bullshit. Again, please leave a comment about anything you like, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you cunts in the next one. Cheers.
Alright.